of life. We have emotions, and those sometimes are hidden. It's like an iceberg. Those emotions are hidden under the water level, and on the top we may just smile, or we may just frown, or we may be just like sad, but we have deep emotions that are hidden. So we'll be talking about the four brain waves. We've talked about that before from a different like angle, but today we'll be talking about brain waves and how they can be used if, to heal, and how if we don't use them properly, especially the alpha waves, how they can cause long-term chronic disease. Now the alpha brain wave is a state of relaxation when we are peaceful, when we are calm, when we are saying our prayers or singing, or we are like uh, ready to go to sleep. Just before sleep, we are in an alpha state. An alpha state means there are brain waves, just like in the sea there are waves. It goes like this. You get 1 wave per second, 10 waves per second. So in the brain waves of alpha is between 8 and 10 cycles per second. If it goes higher than that, that's not good. That's beta, and sometimes can go even higher. And as we go to sleep, it becomes lower and lower. So that is a good thing to be. But alpha is the best brainwave state. It is a waking state. We can also be in beta, and we need that, and we'll talk about it. But around the Earth, in the last 5-10 years, they found that the Earth is surrounded with alpha waves. Can you believe that? So interesting. The whole Earth is surrounded with alpha waves. So Mother Earth actually wants us to be relaxed. That's why she surrounds the Earth with alpha waves. Now, sometimes we can be in a state of beta, okay, but unfortunately, in this modern times, most of us are in beta state. What does beta mean? We are running around. We want to catch a train, catch a bus. We've got to go buy groceries. We've got to pay the rent. Someone is bothering us. There's neighbors. Loudspeakers is too loud, and we, so we get into this state called beta state. We have phone calls, we have emails to answer. Excuse me. All of this puts us into all of this puts us into a beta state, and this is not our normal living. Our normal living is alpha. Now, why do we have beta? Why does the Earth, why does the universe, or why does the body have beta in the first place? Beta is good, necessary. Sometimes, like we are crossing the road, okay, and the car suddenly comes, we have to walk fast. That's when beta energy, beta waves come and make us walk fast. Or a child has fallen down and we need to pick that child up fast. That's when beta comes. So sometimes we need beta, but only for a short, spell, and afterwards we need to go into alpha. Okay, beta state is not a normal thing. Is when we are sad. Those are emotions. Like when we are sad, we are angry, we are frustrated, we are bitter, we are jealous. Someone has said something rude to us, and we feel bad. We feel depressed. All of these are negative emotions, and that puts us into beta state. Okay, and it is a state of agitation. It is not normal. Now, some people can be in alpha state most of the time in normal life. I cannot. I go back to beta most of the time because I've got work to do. I've got presentations to make. I've got to pay rent and all these things. So I'm in the beta state quite often, and most of us are. But some people can be in alpha state. Who? Like Mother Teresa, Gautam Buddha, Mahatma Gandhi. They're in the beta state most of the time. You go and tell them there's a bomb there, they're calm. They say there's an earthquake, they're calm. If someone tells me there's an earthquake, I'll run, catch my money, and catch a train and leave town. Right? But that is beta state. But alpha state people, they're just calm. Regardless of what happens, they're calm. If they need to do something, then they get into beta state for a short while, do whatever they have to do, and go back to alpha state. That is a state we need to be in alpha. It's very difficult to be in that state. Now, just like Mother Earth, as I mentioned, has alpha waves all around the Earth. So Mother Earth is giving us alpha waves so that we can, it helps us to match the alpha waves in our brain. It helps us to bring the alpha waves in our brain. Mother Earth also provides us lots of other things. Like what? Food. The vegetables, fruit, and grains growing around Mother Earth provides that. Mother Earth provides air for us to breathe. The earth is surrounded with air. Mother Earth provides us with water. So Mother Earth is providing these things. She also provides us with alpha waves. Now let's think about this. If we don't, Mother Earth has given us food, air, water, and food, right? If we don't eat, breathe, we're going to suffocate, we'll die. If we don't drink water, maybe we can live for 1 or 2 days and then we're going to have a problem. If we don't eat, we can survive maybe for 7 days or so and then we're going to have a problem. It is the same with alpha waves. If we don't generate these peaceful alpha waves in our body, it's going to have a problem. Now with air, if we don't breathe, it's immediate, we'll die. Water maybe 2 or 3 days. Food maybe 1 week. We'll die. It'll affect us immediately. Alpha waves, it does not affect us. One day we don't have alpha waves, we are angry the whole day, we are fighting the whole day, fine. But at some point we need to get into this alpha state, because if we are not peaceful, it affects our aura. We have an aura, we have a biofield all around our body. So when we generate alpha waves, it matches the Earth's waves, and we have that aura. If that aura is not balanced with alpha, then there's some the dysfunction happens in our surroundings, in our aura. And it starts with a small thing, and if we don't cure it, it stays there, then it starts to affect our body. And then suddenly we'll have a pain in the leg, a headache, a stomach ache, a cold. It starts with small things. And if we don't cure, just taking medicines is not enough. Medicines just stops it from, but does not heal the real problem. We need to heal the real problem inside us. And that can only happen by being in a peaceful state and being in alpha. Okay? So how do we get into alpha state? Okay. We get into alpha state by being peaceful. It's very difficult by ourselves to just be peaceful. So one way of doing that is to meditate. There are other ways. You can sing, you can hum, you can just be happy, have laughter like we did last month, laughter sessions. These things bring us into alpha state. Okay? We can also be into alpha state by sound healing, by like vibrations, by toning, by doing Tibetan bows. That brings us into alpha state. Okay. Now some of us are doing meditation. Okay. And you might say, well, some guru told me to do meditation, or some priest, my parents told me to do meditation. That's why I'm doing it, which is good. But what I would like to do is give you a scientific reason, not just tell you, okay, because the guru said some guru many years ago in the Himalayas, he found out by doing meditation is good. That's why I want to do it. That's a reason to do it, but I want to give you a scientific reason. All of us are educated. We have gone to college or school or something, and we have studied science, we have studied biology, we have studied chemistry. So we want a more scientific reason. Just don't tell me because your parents did it, you have to do it. So let's give you a scientific reason, and that's what it is here. I'm giving you the scientific reason for being in the alpha state, and that is it puts your mind in balance. It balances your aura, and over the long term, any hidden emotions, any bitterness, any sadness, any grief, any frustration, those things, they get less and less and less. And the less they are, the less chance you have of getting some kind of a chronic disease. Okay, so it's very important for us to every day or during the day several times just be peaceful. Just sit down in a quiet place and relax, or just go for a walk by the beach, or go for a vacation. Be peaceful, so then our mind is back to normal and it's not agitated. If we are in a state of agitation like this all the time, it's bound to affect some of our organs. And then suddenly one day we say, oh, we got cancer, we got Alzheimer's, we got irritable bowel syndrome, we got heart blood pressure. Those things don't come suddenly. They start many, many years ago with agitation, with tension, with some problems with our family, maybe, with our parents, with our spouses. And if we cannot resolve them, sometimes we cannot resolve them, but fine, we just forgive them and be at peace with ourselves. And the one sure way of being at peace with yourselves is to say prayers, whatever prayers you believe in, whatever religion, or to just meditate. Meditate is nothing to do with prayers. It's a good thing. It's just being peaceful. When you pray, you end up being peaceful anyway, so it's the same thing. But this way, your breathing is good for your body. It clears out all the toxins in the body. The body has an amazing ability to heal itself. This is an Ayurvedic principle. And most Western doctors now realize the body can heal itself if we remove all the toxins, okay? And if we remove all the negative emotions. Just removing the toxins is not enough. We have to remove those hidden emotions. And sometimes we don't even know what is bothering us, so let it go. But at least be peaceful. And then those emotions just go away. We talked about last time that in our brain, there's in our neurons in the brain, all those memories are written down, but it's written on a soft, fatty. No, the brain synapses are made of fatty tissue. The whole brain is fat, really. So it is very easy. It's not like written in hard concrete. It is written soft. So by meditation, those things get removed. It's called neuroplasticity. So gets removed and we get back to balance. So meditation or the sound healing or singing or humming or toning are very good things to do. Now I will show you a small picture of of one second, let me get this, of a brain situation. One second. I don't think I brought it up here. Okay, can you all see this picture, everyone? Okay, the picture on the left is our brain. Okay, we have brain waves. We have alpha waves, beta waves, theta, and gamma. These are the four waves that usually get created automatically in our brain, but we can make it happen too. Alpha is like just before we go to sleep, we are in the alpha state. The brain waves are about between 8 and 15 cycles per second. During the day, when we've got things to do, we got to go to work or got to catch a train, we are in a beta state. And the beta is from 15 to 30, little high frequency. Okay, it's okay to be in beta for only a short while. Theta and gamma. Theta is when we are asleep, when we are like dreaming. It's called uh, rapid eye movement. We have just gone to sleep. It is subconscious. Now, theta is a very important thing because when we are in alpha, if we have an intention, that's why it's important to not listen to the news or hear any bad things or be angry before we go to sleep, because during theta, the subconscious puts it in our brain. So if we have happy thoughts before going to sleep, then when we get into theta state, the subconscious state, that makes it manifest into our life. And gamma, they say, I don't know whether this is true or not, gamma is total unconscious. So that's when we return to our Creator. Whether this is true or not, I don't know. But they say that is when we go back into the universe. Our soul goes back and it comes back into the body the next morning. So these are the four states. And alpha is, if you look on the picture on the right, there's a sun. During the day, we are in alpha state. We should be, because this thing called resonance, it surrounds the earth just like atmosphere surrounds the earth. The Schumann resonance surrounds the earth, and it is alpha waves. It helps the alpha waves in our brain to match each other. Okay, so let me go back to talking here. So that's what we'll. The Earth is surrounded with alpha waves. It is provided by Mother Earth so that we can bring our brain to match that. Now I want to show you another small video. It may take me a second.
And so you really landed on sound therapy.
Okay, I got that thing ready. Let 1 second. Let me bring it up. This I'm going to be talking. I'm going to show you a small video of a lady. Her name is Nikki Grax. She's in England for the last 10 years. She's been doing what I just started about a year or 2 years ago. She's been doing sound therapy with Tibetan bowls, with crystal bowls, with tuning forks, and with singing, and also with mantras. And there's a thing, uh, mantras, and some people who are like familiar with this Gregorian chanting is chanting. Mantras and chanting is the same thing. You can sing hymns, you know, so it's the same thing. So I'll show you that she talks about it, and she's been doing that, and many people have found healing with that thing. So let's listen to her here.
And so you really landed on sound therapy being a really important tool for helping to create more coherence in the biofield, to create more healing for trauma or trapped emotions. And so can you just walk us through like your journey and how you've studied the science of sound healing and what you've come to learn?
Yeah, so it started where I started to learn that our cells probably, it was originally a paper that said they were 100 times more sensitive to resonance than they were to biochemical signaling. And I realised now it's probably thousands of times more sensitive to resonance, our cells, and what goes on at the cellular level. They're listening, they listen and they respond to frequency and information in the world of physics, not just these big heavy hormones types of. You've got light, you've got sound, you've got this pulse electromagnetic fields, very low frequency pulse electromagnetic fields, so we don't get mixed up with the bad EMFs and things. I'm talking about very low frequency that are therapeutic. There's therapeutic fields as well, very low frequency. And that's kind of, I was blown away by some of the research that I saw with using pen therapy, because just for example, like magnetic therapy, turns out the earth is a massive like meg 6 trillion ton battery, and it has a field around it, and it has this thing called the Schumann resonance that it's emanating, and that's at the frequency of about 7.83, and that turns out to be exactly the frequency of the alpha brainwave state in humans, right? I mean, is that a coincidence or what? So this is just like these massive reality checks of, oh my goodness. So 7.83, that's the brainwave of the alpha state. And it turns out that when humans leave Earth and they are like astronauts, they start to get really ill because they're missing this magnetic information from the Earth, the Schumann frequencies. So NASA started to research PEMF therapy to put it on the shuttles so that the astronauts wouldn't get ill. I mean, that means that PEMF and this kind of frequency medicine is as important for health as anything you eat, your vitamins, your minerals, your water, sunlight. You need these fields and this invisible information that we can't we don't always know about. So, because we can't see it, it's not on.
Okay, we are back. So what she was saying, this pretty much what I was talking about. But one more thing she added, you know, astronauts when they go outside into space, they are outside the atmosphere, so they got to have oxygen tanks, and they also got to have a thing that can generate alpha waves, because if they don't have those alpha waves, what used to happen, the astronaut would come back and they would be sick, and then they did some research, and they found out that they don't have they cannot generate alpha waves in their brain by themselves outside the Earth's field. It's called Schumann resonance field. That's the alpha field. So they had to take an oxygen tank and a alpha wave tank too. So alpha waves are very important for us to generate that in our body during the day. So let's now that we've talked about the theory and the importance of alpha waves, let's try and do some sound healing practice. Okay, one of those things that we've done before is to sing. Last time we did a lot of laughter. This time we'll just do the thing we've done quite often before, which is singing Om. Om is a very, very important universal sound. These rishis 7,000 years ago did that, and they found out how important it is. So we'll do Om. And as I mentioned earlier, Om is the same as Aum. Some people say Aum. If you want to say Amin, you can say Amin. If you want to say Amen, it's Amen. The same word traveled around, word Om traveled around, and it became Aum, it became Amin, it became Amen. So whichever word you want to use, you can use. I would say any other word that sounds like Om. Om is the best thing you can use because that's the original sound of the creation of the universe, at least according to these rishis. So if y'all can please unmute yourself, because I want to hear all of y'all singing. Okay, it's important to sing. Get into that practice. And during the during rest of this month while I'm not here, I think you should do that. Besides just meditating, practice doing Om, practice singing, practice toning. It's very important for the body. Okay, and we'll do it to that song of Sidney Poitier. Like I'll just do it initially. Amen. 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 Om. 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 One more time. Amen. Very good. Amen. 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 One more time. Om. 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 Very good. So when you're by yourself, if you have company, fine. Ask them to join you. If you're by yourself, you got nothing to do. Don't allow yourself to feel sad or depressed or anything, because we are seniors. We are alone quite often. Just do Om. Just, it's a very good thing to do. So now I want to show you a picture of the bowls, and we'll spend the next 20-25 minutes doing sound healing, okay? And I might give you one or two like talks or thoughts to think about. And before we start the sound healing, it is important for all of us to have an intention. What is your intention for this session? Do you want to be peaceful? Do you want to have a good relationship with your daughters, or your sons, or your family? Or do you want to have like a peaceful day, a peaceful evening, or whatever, good relationship, whatever it is your intention is, keep that intention in mind. You could have one or two intentions too for the rest of this 15-20 minute sound healing session. So let me show you a picture of the bowls. Here they are. I've got 5 of them. Can you hear these bowls? Okay, I will play Okay, the polls, if you all can please everyone unmute yourselves so that your conversation does not happen during the session. And if you want to sit down, you can sit down. Just sit in a relaxed position. If you want to lie down, that is fine. If you want to relax in a sofa or something, whatever makes you comfortable is fine. And some people, they go from alpha state. Hopefully we are all now in beta state because we're actively talking and exchanging ideas. We may be in a beta state, but hopefully in a short while we get into alpha state. It's a peaceful state. And from alpha, it is possible some of us may go into theta, which is like sleep. And if you fall asleep, that's okay. It means your body is totally relaxed. It's a good thing if you fall asleep. Okay, don't feel bad. It's a good thing. And there'll be an alarm that will wake you up in another 20-25 minutes. But just be relaxed and be happy, and I'll give you some thoughts to have during this session. And just feel the peaceful waves going through your body. Okay? If you close your eyes, that would be good. If you don't feel like closing your eyes, your choice. Keep that thought of the intention that you had and just let it go through your mind, let it go through your body. This should be a process you go through every night. Don't watch the news, don't listen or read anything crazy or bad or fearful. Before you go to sleep, have happy thoughts in your mind so you can have a peaceful night. If you say some prayers before you go to sleep, that's good too. So right now, let that thought be in your mind, peaceful intention. and slow, deep out breaths. The healing happens in the silence between the bowl sounds. The longer you can stay in alpha state, the better it is for your overall long-term health. If you have some problems, you go to a doctor. He does not heal you, he just minimizes the problem, or he'll give you something not to not feel the pain. But you really have to solve the problem inside, deep down in the hidden emotion. And one way to do it is through meditation or through these healing bowls or chanting.
now. Can you repeat it? Just
Okay.
speak up a bit louder. It's difficult to get what you say.
Okay, thank you for that. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, what I said is I am not the healer. I am just a facilitator. The healing is done by you deep down in your own subconscious. That's where the healing happens. And the healing can only happen if you are peaceful in an alpha state. If you are agitated, no healing happens, then it becomes worse. So it is important to be in this alpha brainwave state, in a meditative state. That is the state that Mother Teresa was most of the time, Mahatma Gandhi was. We are very peaceful. practice you're having now, but it is a thing you should do during the day. The more often you are in alpha state during the day, the less chance of getting any chronic diseases. Or if you have some chronic problems, this thing will help to minimize it. Okay, let's just continue to breathe slowly and gradually relax. You can stretch your fingers, stretch your legs. And if you want, please unmute yourself. If you have any questions, go ahead and ask the questions. We have a couple of minutes more.
I would like to know more about alpha rays
Okay, we will have another session on alpha, more details on
because
alpha.
I feel won't they be dangerous?
No, we are always creating alpha waves in our brain. It's not dangerous, it's a healthy thing to do. Alpha, beta, there are 4 brain waves. These happen automatically. If we are not in alpha, we are in beta. Beta is not good. So
Beta
creating
is stronger. But
yes,
even alpha rays are very, very strong as far as I know.
no, these are not X-rays. These are alpha. These
No,
are
not
very
X-rays. These are
yes,
alpha rays,
yes.
and alpha rays are also supposed to be very strong.
They're very peaceful. They're alpha waves. They are very peaceful. They're happening automatically. As soon as you go to sleep, as you're getting ready to sleep, the body is automatically into alpha. It happens there. It's just it happens internally. We have no control over it. And if we are not in alpha, then we are probably in beta, which is not good.
Beta
Now,
are
if we
very,
are,
very strong. Yeah.
yes. Now, if we are deep sleep, then it goes from 10 seconds to 5. It goes below 5, between 0 and 5. That is the best. That is deep, deep sleep. That's when the soul, they say the soul goes back to our creator. And whether that is true or not, I don't know. But it goes, there's beta, alpha, theta. Theta is when we are dreaming. We are having very nice sleep. And after theta is delta, which is like almost 0 cycles per second. That is, soul has gone to heaven, and then it comes back the next morning when we wake up. But alpha is a very good state. If like Mahatma Gandhi, he was probably in alpha all the time. Just relax. You tell him anything, he's peaceful. He's not getting agitated and angry and troubled. So it's good to be in an alpha state. So I hope you all could hear me. I know there was some issue. I'll have to get a new mic. My mic is giving me trouble. Then you can hear better. And I think we are reached.
Hello,
Yes.
I would like to know when we do yoga, in the end we do Shavasana. Shavasana brings us also to the alpha state, right?
Yes, it does.
Yes. So even Shavasana is very important when you do yoga because it calms the body completely.
Absolutely. That's yoga is a very good thing to do when you do
Yes.
yoga. But
Yes.
yoga is also a little exercise. That's also good because then it is helping the lungs and the heart to pump
Yes.
blood, and so yoga
Because the
is a good
movement of
thing.
the body is also very important.
Absolutely, you're right. Yoga is a very good thing to do. Do yoga
Yes.
during the day.
Yeah.
That will bring you into alpha state.
Also, yoga teaches us meditation,
Correct. At the
which
end of you,
calms our body completely.
yes, meditation automatically puts you into alpha state.
Yes.
Yoga may not put you all the time because you're doing little exercise because you need
Yes.
beta for that. You're
But for
pumping
yoga,
blood.
we use always Shavasana.
Yes,
That
yes.
brings us to alpha state completely.
Correct. Correct. Very true. Very good. I'm glad you'll know. Some of you know already about this, so that is a good thing. Okay, so in summary, just like the Mother Earth has provided us with air to breathe, water to drink, food to eat, it has also provided us with a whole surrounding the Earth with alpha waves to match the alpha waves in our brain so we can stay calm and peaceful during the day. So, with that, I think I will close this session and
Thank
thank you for
you.
attending.
Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you.
Nice session. Nice session. Wonderful.
Okay.
Then, Samadhi.